This is a pulse oximetry probe, and this connects to a machine, this oximetry machine, and this is what you connect to the finger, okay, to get a reading.
Good humans, it's me again, Lydia on Lydia Waige's Way. Today, I want to go through something that is commonly used in my house and in many houses that have a child with complex medical needs. And that is a pulse oximetry probe. This probe can cause burns. Did you know that? It can cause burns if not applied well, or if used for long periods on the same spot. It can lead to burns. So my son uses this oximetry probe for long. We will see some of the tricks that I have learned along the journey, 8 years now, to prevent burns. Alrighty? You with me? Let's go.
Alrighty, here we go. You ready? Let's do this. So, this is a pulse oximetry probe, and this connects to a machine, this oximetry machine, and this is what you connect to the finger, okay, to get a reading. Now, I'm going to turn this on. And I do not know if it is visible at all, but it has got a small blinking light that is red right here. Okay. Now, this light reads the oxygen concentration in the blood, and then it gives a reading. Now, this is the new one, and it has two parts. This is the part that lights up with the sensor here, and this part is what gives most people burns. It generates heat as it is interpreting the reading to go to the monitor. Alrighty. Now, to buffer the heat, what I have found useful is applying something on the surface of this, creating a buffer so that it's not burning the skin. Okay. So I use Adversorb is one that I have used, and I cut it into small mini pieces, and I pick just one of these ones and I attach it to the oximetry probe. I'll do that. This, I peel it off and I attach it here. There you are. Okay. This sticks. Now, not necessarily if you do not have Adversorb. The other material that I have used, if I ran out of this, is Optifoam. And this, we used to get them for tracheostomy use when the tracheostomy was fresh. I was left with a few mini. So I just cut it into small strips like this ones, and I keep them here. The other thing that I commonly use is Polymem. And I also cut it into small strips and I attach it here. Okay. Now, you would usually peel this off and wrap this around the finger. I'll leave this new one, and we can use this older one. Alrighty. So new oximetry probe, cut a piece off, add resolve or polymem or optifoam or mepiplex, anything that will stick to this and provide a buffer of this to the skin or to the nail. Okay, so most of the time, how this is attached is most people will put this part that gets hot on the nail, and then this goes round, and you can get your readings. Now, if you repeatedly leave this area on the nail, it literally will lead to the nail burning. The nail will become black, the nail will burn. And it can also burn the skin that is very delicate around the nail, the cuticle area, this area. So you want to prevent this area that generates heat. This spot here, that's what you want to cover up. And then the red light is still able to shine through this. Now, I have used this system for 8 years now, and I am yet to get an inaccurate reading just because I had put a buffer on this. Okay, so we'll attach this to the nail side, leave the red light to the finger, and then wrap it around, and we'll see if it's going to give a reading. There you are. It gives oximetry 100%, 99%, and it gives your heart rate of 94. It has good contact, and the signal quality is up to the top, so it's good signal quality. I would just appreciate that. There you are, 100%. It has good contact. Signal quality is all the way to the top, and the up and down is my heart rate. So oxygen, 100%, my heart rate, 98%. Okay. Now, the other thing I always add is to prevent skin ulceration due to this cord. I'm really careful with skin breakdown, because these are things that we use for a long time, and you don't want any skin breakdown from happening. So what I do, I'm going to turn this off briefly. So what I do to prevent skin breakdown along this cord, because if you're going to have it lying on the skin for a long time, it will cause skin breakdown. I use one of these ones. Now, this is a spongy, and it is a remnant of when I cut the trick tie to the length that I want. So when I cut this out, what is left, I don't discard. I keep these pieces, and that's what I use to buffer the skin so that it doesn't get burned or it doesn't crack from repeated pressure from this. If you have a child who's very active, this is helpful so that it doesn't keep pulling on the finger all the time or the toe all the time. Alrighty? So I am going to ask the help of my son to come so that we can be able to see how I apply this on his toe. I use it on his toe, and how I secure it using this sponge so that it does not cause burns. Alrighty? So let me get my son. Alrighty, so here we are. We are going to do it practically on my son's toe. I usually attach it to the big toe or this to the big toe. Reduce the volume just a little. Now, The side that has the sensing bit, I usually put it on the bottom surface of the toe. The part that heats up, I put it on the top, but I try and avoid having it on top of the nail directly. And so that's how I usually wrap it around. That's how I usually wrap it around, okay? Now, if he's going to school, I'll add on the sponge. And I usually will just latch it on there and put on a sock. And it stays in place all day. There you go. That way. And it usually will stay in place. Now, this protects the whole length of the skin from any continuous pressure by this, because believe you me, it will cause a pressure ulcer. So that and the trick sponge, and that's how I use it to prevent any breakdown from the cord. Now, if you have a mobile child who's very squirmy, then what you can add on, let me turn it on and show you. What you can add on is tape. Just wrap it around. That way. That way, even if you hit the move, then the pressure is not on the toe. It is here, and it will alert you because something will shift, or it will stop them, or it will jack them, or the equipment will call, something will move, and then you're able to readjust. But this keeps it safe, protects the skin, protects the toe, protects, and you still get accurate readings, 100%. And this is oxygenation, and 92 or 100 for his heart rate. So the signal quality still up there, very, very good. And it has good contact already. So I have found this system to work for me for the last 8 years. And I hope if somebody else tries it, then they will give feedback and say it works for them. Alrighty. So remember, you can use Adversorb. And let me just review the other things that I have used here. Adversorb, Coleman. Oh, remember we said Adversorb, cut it into many pieces. This pieces lasts a long time. Have tried Optifoam, and I have tried Polymem, and in the past I've also tried Mepiplex. It serves the same purpose. The goal is to have a buffer between the area that generates the heat, and you're still able to get good signal quality from the bottom here, alrighty? And if you have someone who's very mobile, or they're going to school, like my son does, then I use these trick ties, sponges, to run the length of the sock so that it doesn't get continuous pressure and cause pressure out. Alrighty? So there we are. Alrighty. So there we are. Let me know if you're able to use this, or if you know somebody who might use this, if it is helpful to them. And give me some feedback in the comments. And we say thank you. Thank you to Mr. Nathan. Are you doing good? You're doing good. Yeah, thanks to Mr. Nathan to borrow his toe to explain. Alrighty? Quick before I go. So the sensing bit, as you can see, is at the bottom there. There you are. The area that generates heat is on top here. There is Adversorb, and if you want to secure it for someone who maybe is going to school, or you have a drive somewhere that is long, And you can use this just trick ties, sponge, extra sponge from the trick ties that I use to secure the whole length of it. Now, if I put it in the sock, it usually doesn't move and lasts the whole day. If you have a child that is extra mobile, then you can add on securement with tape. That way, even if they move around, you still have one area of securement instead of it jacking on the toe and injuring the toe. Okay. As you can see, these nails have good quality because we've used this system for the last so long, 8 years, and I have not had any problems with it already. So hopefully this is helpful to other parents, or respiratory therapists in the hospital, and anybody who is in use of oximetry for long periods of time, because it is a growing concern on how many burns there are on toenails from oximetry probes. Okay. And if you're going to use it for a long time, then you want to be safe already. So thank you, good humans. I appreciate y'all. And we shall see you on another video where we learn something new and I can share a few bits of my tips and tricks of the trade as we go. Bye-bye.